Hi, Josephine.
Hi, Preeta.
Yeah, hi Josephine. Hi Preeta.
Hi, Kavya.
Hi, Kavya.
Okay, I'll open my instance. So till then, do you guys have any questions regarding yesterday's class?
No, Kavya.
Okay. So Josephine, were you able to complete previous recordings, or are you still going through it?
I'm still going through it, Kavya, but I think, is there any possibility? Can you go through once for the table section?
Okay. Okay, so my instance is still loading. So table in ServiceNow is nothing but a list of similar type of records. Okay, so say you know about user records and you know about groups, incidents. So these are all similar type of records, right? So in if you open the incident dot list, that is incident table. And in the incident table, you will find only the incident records, and all of these records will have similar fields, and the values of those fields might change, but still the fields will be similar, the columns are similar. So that is table. Okay, the list of records, the list of similar type of records is called a table. So we have different types of tables. That is a core table, basic table, user defined table, and also system defined tables. So you know how to identify the user defined field and system defined field, right? Like if a field is created by a user, then the field will start with u underscore. And if a field is defined by defined by system, it will not start with u underscore, right? So similarly, even table also. If any table name is starting with u underscore, that means that table is created by user. If any table is starting with sys underscore, that means that is a system defined table or the tables which are available out of the box. Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay, let me know if you can't see my screen. So here in filter navigator, I will go to tables. Under system definition, you can find tables, tables and columns. Like you can open either one of these. So I'll open the table. Under tables, you can see we have these lists, right? How do I make this go? Okay. So we have these are all the different types of different tables we have in ServiceNow. So if you want to find any table in ServiceNow, you can simply go to tables under system definition. And also all the table name, like any table name, you can find it in the URL. So if you open any record and you're not sure what table it belongs to, you can always find it in the URL. So here you see sys underscore db underscore object underscore list. That means this table, I mean the list of tables, it is also a table. Okay, so and that table name is sys underscore db underscore object. And if you open any other table, say for example, incident, see we have incident underscore list. So incident is also a table. Similarly, if you open user also, it is underscore user and that is also a table. So now here you can see the name, label. So label is what you see here. So here you see the tables, right? The name as tables. That is the label. And even here also, you see this is incidents. I mean, incident is written here. So that is label. Whereas what you see in the URL, right? That sys underscore db underscore object or just the incident or sys underscore user or sys underscore user underscore group. So all of those are names. And name will always be unique. Okay, it is similar to field. So even in field also, you have observed that you can't create any field with the same value, right? Like you can't create two fields with the same value. It will throw an error saying that a similar field already exists. You can create two fields with same label, but not with the same name. Okay, so similarly, even tables also, you can't create two tables with same name. It always has to be different. It should be unique. And then we have extends table and extensible. So extends table is if this particular table is extending any other table, that you can see under extends table. For example, if I open incident, so this shows me the incident table, right? So you can see incident table is extended by task table. Okay, whereas extensible is selected as false. That means this incident table cannot be extended again. So when you select the new table, when you select create new option for a table, here you will give the name. Say I'll give incident task. This is my new table label. Okay. So once I fill in the label, the name will be auto-filled and you can see it starts with U underscore. That is because this table is created by a user, that is me, right? That's why. So now we have to select extends table. So I want to extend this new table from incident table. So extends table means it's just an extension of the existing table. That means it will contain all the fields which are available in the existing table. Okay, all the fields and functionalities available in the existing field. So in that way, you like it won't be a alien table. It is not something completely new. Okay, it is similar to existing table, but only with certain modifications as per the requirement. That is what I want. I want all of the fields which are present in incident table, and also like maybe I'll hide a few fields in this table and maybe add a few fields. So that is fine. Okay, then you will use that extends table option. So here, if I select incident, I don't see that option here. Okay, it will show me invalid reference because you saw that extensible is selected as false, right? For incident. So what I'll do, I'll just make it true. So I'm doing this only for testing purpose to show you the difference between extensible true and extensible false. So now I'll go to incident. Okay, so this was extensible false. So what I'll do, I'll make it as true. Done. So now we'll refresh this record, reload form. Okay, so again, I'll fill in the same details. Incident task is my table name. Now I'll try to select incident. You see, now I'm able to select the incident. Okay, so that is what you mean by extensible true or extensible false. So now I have selected that, and also it is asking me, do I want to create a module? Okay, and this is create a mobile module means like ServiceNow is also used in mobile, right? Mobile application. So if your organization is making use of ServiceNow even in the mobile, then do you want this module to be created in mobile as well? So you know what a module is, right? So here what you see system definition, this is an application. Whereas under system definition, what all you find, these are all modules. Okay, so table is a module, tables and column is a module, and table rotation is a module. So it's just option under main menu. Okay, so whereas main menu is the application, and under that whatever you find, those are all modules. So now I'll just create module. If I unselect that, what happens, even if I create this table, right, I won't be able to find it here in the filter navigator. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so I have created a new table now, which is called as incident task. So that is done. Now I'll try to search for that table here in the filter navigator. I'll refresh. I'll search for incident task. See, I can't find it because module was not created for this, right? That is why. So let us go to modules. Okay, from here, since I did not select it from there, like I had an option to create module when I created new table. Okay, but I did not do that. So we'll try from here. I'll go to new. Okay, what would be the title of my module? It will be same as incident. Okay, or maybe I can give as all incident task, anything I can give, right? all incident tasks I can give, because see, even for incidents also, you will see all incidents, right? Like for module also, you will see all modules. So similarly, like incident also, see, this is the incident is the application. Under incident, you have create new, assign to me, open. These are all modules. So if I open this in new tab, if I open all in new tab, I'll get list of all the records of incident table, right? This is the incident table actually. But the name of this is saved as all. Name of this module is saved as all. So here also, maybe I'll, yeah, all incident task. So now application menu. So under which application menu I want this. So I can either create a new application menu like this. So we have like incident is a new application menu. So similarly, I can create a whole new application menu called incident task, or anything like I can give it any name as per the requirement. Okay, so for now, maybe I'll just add it under incident application itself. So here I'll go and add under incident application. Okay, see, we have incident management and mobile underscore incident. So as I said, mobile incident is nothing but the incident application menu in the mobile. So what we have to select is incident management. So I'll select that, and then order. So order means here under this incident application, you see these modules. So there is some order in which it is placed, right? First is create new, second is assign to me. So in what order you want this new module to be visible? So that is nothing but order. So to give you better idea, see, I can, if I go here, it says edit application. And here if I go, it says edit module. So I'll go to edit application here. Why? So here you can see these are all the modules which are these are all the modules which are added under application incident. Okay, so this is my application menu, that is incident, and under this I have these modules: create new, assign to, open, and you can see there are few modules which are active false. So only active true are the records which are in use. Other records are not in use. Okay, so these are all the ones which are visible under incident, right? So similarly, you can see the order is 100, 150, 200 and all. It goes up to 900. So maybe I'll give this one as 950, ordered for this as 950. Okay. And now, where is visibility? Okay, visibility is active to or not. So that also you have to select, like only if it is true, it will be visible. Otherwise, it will not be visible. Then you have to go to link type. So link type is list of records, right? So you can see there are different types of modules added here. For example, if I click on create new module, this is not list of records. This module takes me to the URL of new incident record. Okay, see, this is the argument. So how do you copy paste the argument? So we did create the incident task, right? I'll go. Okay, I'll open from here. So if you have the backend value of a table, then you can directly search it from the filter navigator. So I can do incident underscore task dot list and enter. See, this is my table which I created. So here, if I go to new, so this is the URL to the new record. So from here, you can see this argument starts with incident.do, then sysid is equal to until active is equal to true. So similarly, here also the URL will start from here. Okay, incident underscore task, and you can just copy the full URL here, Control C, and you can create a new record. So say here, maybe I'll give it as create new. And then I will give link type as URL. And here I'll give my argument. Okay, that is done. And visible is active true. And override application menu rules. So what does this mean? Here you have, this is, as I said, this is the application, whereas these are all modules, right? So for application also, there will be defined rules. So if I click on here, edit application, okay, here no rules are specified. We'll open something else. Okay, I'll open this interaction. Okay, so you can see for to access interaction application, you would require either of these roles. You would require either admin role or interaction agent role. Whereas if you have to open any one of these four modules, like for each module also we have different roles. Okay, so if I click here, for this module, you need only the admin role. You would not require the another role which was given for the application. Okay, so if you click on this override application menu, that means even if you don't have the access to view this application, you will still be able to open this module. Okay, like you need not require the role which is required to access the entire application. You can if you just have the role required to access the module, you will be able to view the records of that module. Okay, so that is what it means by override application menu rules. So here where was I? Okay, new record. I will, okay, I'll just leave it as it is. And now we'll save this record. Okay, so maybe I'll change this to create new incident task. Because we already have create new for incident, right? So just to avoid confusion, I'll change the title to create new incident task. Okay, so now if I refresh this under incident application, I should see my new module. Okay, so this is my incident application. Okay, so here you can see create new incident task. Okay, so this is the one which I created. So maybe since I gave the order as 950, that comes under, at the last of all of these modules, you are seeing this here. So if I decrease the order, I'll find it somewhere here. You can try that as well. I'll give it as 50 and see. Okay, so now we'll search for incident again. There is a create an incident task. Okay. Create new incident task. Okay, maybe because this belongs to different table. So this is not directly taken from incident table, right? This is a whole new table, but it extends incident table. That is why it is coming at the end. Maybe if you directly, create a module for incident table and then give the order as 50, it might come just under this. We can try that also. Where is the modules? Okay, this is my test module and application menu is incident. Okay, order is 40. Link type is table incident. Okay. So we'll just save this. Okay, so that is saved. Okay, I don't see it here. Let's try. I'll give something here also. New name is test. Active is true.
Kavya, do we need to add the URL link in the arguments? Is that so it's not showing up?
No. If I select the link type as URL, then I have to add the URL. So here I selected the link type as list of records and I have selected the table as incident. And I gave some filter condition. So this is different.
Okay.
Leave name also, I'll just remove this. Okay, this is the application name. We have it added here. Why is it not visible? Okay, maybe it takes some time to display. I'm not sure. We will check again tomorrow or maybe after some time. Okay, but it will eventually show up and it should show up at the top, right? Because we gave the order as 40. Okay, see now it is showing up. This is the module which I created just now, test module, right? So if I go to edit module. Yeah, so this is the module which I created just now. I'll go here again. So it will take some time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to show up here. So you can, yeah. Here I had given the list of records, link type is list of records and also filter condition active is true. So I can see the list of records of incident table with the filter condition active is true. Okay, and also create new incident task also. This also I changed the order, right? I changed it to 50. So I can see this also here, just under test. So it just takes some time to show up properly. Okay, you can try this. So do you have any questions regarding how to create a module or application menu for table?
No, Kavya.
Okay, so there, I think I covered more details regarding table in the recording. You can just go through the recording. Maybe you'll have a better understanding. So we have also discussed about adding the columns or removing the columns from the, so like since we have extended existing table, so all the columns will also be added. Okay, so you can customize that. You can remove certain columns and you can add new columns as well. So that also I think we have discussed in the previous class, I mean in the old recording. So you can just go through that, and if you still have any doubt, you can always ask me. Okay, and today we'll learn about data policies and UI policies. Okay, so this is the incident table. So data policies and UI policies can be used on any table. Okay, and it is also made use of in catalog items. So catalog items you will learn after we cover the basics of JavaScript. So so Josephine, it is better if you would complete all the recordings as soon as possible, because I'll be starting the JavaScript basics, and after that we will go through complex topics of ServiceNow, like a little bit a little bit difficult topics. So in order for you to understand all of that, you should be thorough with the basics, whatever we have covered. Okay, so here, okay, so if I change, we have this impact, urgency, and priority. So you see, if I change this impact to high, it also changed the priority, right? Again, if I change this urgency also to maybe medium, see again, it also changed the priority to high. So I'll change it to low, it changed to moderate, right? So this can be achieved by something called as client script. Okay, so that is, so since we achieved it by changing the values, it is called as on change client script. And then we have, okay, I'll go to new record. If I go to new record, I can see the priority is already set to low, low, and then planning, right? So on load of this record, there are some fields which are set. So if you want to change any, if you want to, autofill or make something mandatory or read only on load of the record. So on load is nothing but when you load a record. Okay, when you just open a new record, that is called as on load. So when some change has to happen when you load a record, that kind of script is called as onload client script. Okay, but we also have something called as UI policy. So for client script, you will have to do completely scripting, whereas for UI policy, you would not need the scripting. Okay, so here also, okay, this is about dependent field, right? If you select this inquiry or help, say for example, in the category now currently is none. So if I select something, software, and here we have these two. Okay, on selection of software and subcategory, I want okay, once I select the subcategory, I want this category field to be read only. Okay, or maybe some other field. Say for example, the configuration item should be read only. So how do I achieve that? I'll create UI policy for that. Okay, so here if I go, I went to configure and then UI policies. So this is how a UI policy looks like. If you want to set any field, read only or mandatory or visible or not visible, in that you make use of UI policy or a data policy. Okay, so here we don't have any UI policy action for this. We have script. Here also you have two options. One is when to apply conditions. That is, you can simply select the field values here, and you also have script. So you can set it using the script, or you can simply use these conditions. Okay, these conditions and UI policy action. So most of the things we can achieve it by this only, like configuring UI policy actions and when to apply conditions. In certain scenarios, if you are unable to do it using these conditions, you can make use of script. Okay, so this you will understand, like once you learn about scripting, you will understand how to make use of how to utilize this run script option. So for now, we'll go open any simple UI policy and we'll understand what that is doing. Okay, so here we see make assignment group mandatory. So you can see there are UI policies which are available for incident table as well as task table. So I opened the UI policies from the incident table, right? So I went to configure here from the incident table and I opened the UI policies. But why do I see the task table UI policies also here? Because incident is extended by task. Okay, so that is what the parent-child relationship means. Like few fields which are present in task table can also be present in incident table. Okay, and also by default, these UI policies, data policies, or business rules, even they also will be added. I mean, will be applicable to the child tables. So here we have make assignment group mandatory. So we don't have any filter condition, right? When to apply. So first I'll explain all the fields. So this one is the table. Okay, so this here we have select the table is task table. That means it is applicable for all the um, uh, all the records of task table. So let's see here assignment group is not mandatory. Maybe I'll create a new UI policy. I'll create a new UI policy for incident table. Also, you can always change the view. Okay, so here either you will find it here to change this to advanced view, or you can change it from here also. Here we have view, and from here also you can change it to advanced view. Okay. So here we have inherit option. So if you select this inherit option, that means all the tables which extends task table, for that also this UI policy is applicable. So currently you can see for incident, assignment group is not mandatory, right? So what I'll do, I'll just select this inherit. So that means it should be mandatory for incident table as well. We'll see what happens. Okay, see now assignment group became mandatory because I made it as inherit true, right? So that is the use case of inherit. So if you want this UI policy to be applicable for the child tables as well, then you will have to select inherit. If I unselect this, then it is applicable only for the task table and not for the tables which are extended by task table. Okay, so now we have this table name. So table name is actually on which table this UI policy should work. Then we have short description. So here also you can see this short description is mandatory. So for a short description, you will usually fill in the what would be the short description? It would usually be the use case of this UI policy. So here this UI policy is created to make assignment group mandatory. So that is what you mention here in the short description. So that when you go to the list of UI policies, you should be able to find the UI policy just by reading the short description, right? Otherwise, to understand which UI policy is making this field as mandatory, you will have to open each one of the UI policy and then check what is making it as mandatory. So instead, you can simply mention it, summarize that in the short description. So this is for your identification purpose. Then we have when to apply condition. So here they have not mentioned any condition. So that is why if you don't mention any condition, it is, this UI policy is applicable under all the conditions. Like, okay, like whatever maybe the other field values, it's always mandatory. Okay, so that is when to apply condition. Say, for example, I'll change this to status work in progress. Right? Do we have any other work in progress? No, just one. Okay. So I have selected state is work in progress. That means this UI policy is applicable only when the state is work in progress. Save this. Okay, here state is in progress, not work in progress. Let me change the condition to in progress. Do we have in progress here? No, right? Okay, we don't have in progress because in progress is the choice which is applicable only for incident table and not task table. Okay, choose list. So we have in progress. So in progress we have for incident also and work in progress, right? Okay, so for work in progress also the value is 2 only. So maybe I'll just change the in progress to work in progress. So backend value is same, right? The value is 2 only. So this is important for us. Label can be anything. You can change label to anything. But what we have in this value, that is important for us. So I'll just make it as work in progress. Okay, is that it? Work in progress. Okay. So now I have selected the state is work in progress condition, when to apply condition, and we'll save this record. We'll go back to incident record. Okay. So now state is work in progress. I'll change it to something else, new. So you see, since I changed the state to new, now assignment group is not mandatory anymore because we have given the condition as state should be work in progress. Okay, so only then this field assignment group is mandatory. Okay, so now maybe I'll change this back. I'll give the condition as state is, do we have new? Yeah, new. I'll save this. Now we'll refresh this again. Okay, so now for work in progress, it's not mandatory, right? But if I change it to new, it should be mandatory. Okay, I'll try to save. Okay. So I'm not able to save it because the state new is only when you open any new record. Here I'll go create new. And the state is new. Assignment group is still not mandatory. Okay, we'll refresh this. Show choice list. So see, since the UI policy is not working, I'm troubleshooting why it is not working, right? So you might also get incidents where, you know, certain things are not working. Then this is how you troubleshoot. Like you can just follow what steps I'm following, what steps I'm doing in order to troubleshoot. So, okay, label is new. I'll do show matching for new. Okay, so we have for incident, new value is 1. So we'll see what is it for task. Okay, we don't have task. Okay, maybe that's why. We'll create a new choice. Okay, where is this? I'll open. Yeah, because this UI policy is for task table, right? Maybe here only I change it to incident table. Now we'll save. Now we will go to create new incident. Okay, let us try filling in some details. We'll try to save the record. Okay, I think this also will take some time since, oh, state is none. Okay, state is new. Yeah, see, finally. The assignment group is now mandatory because the state is new and this is incident table, right? So that is how you add the condition. So you can add multiple conditions also. Say for example, I'll give state is work in progress and category is inquiry or help. Okay, so now this UI policy should work for both these conditions. I mean, when both the conditions are satisfied. Okay, so now I have the state as work in progress and now I have the inquiry or help as category. Okay, so you can see assignment group is currently not mandatory. I'll just refresh this record. As per my UI policy, it should be mandatory. See, it is mandatory. So suppose if one of these conditions does not satisfy, that is category, I'll change it to something else. It became non-mandatory, right? Because here we have reverse if false. So reverse if false means if this condition does not satisfy, okay, if either one of these conditions does not satisfy, then this UI policy should be reversed. That is, now it is assignment group is mandatory, right? So reverse false means assignment group is not mandatory. So that is reverse false. So again, we'll go back. See, now this time I'll give category instead of and condition, I'll add or condition. Okay, or category is inquiry or help. So I'll save this. So if you add or condition, it should satisfy either one of these two conditions. It should be like either state should be work in progress or category should be inquiry or help. So now let's see and refresh this record. So currently it is satisfying both the conditions. That's why assignment group is mandatory. So even if I change one condition, it will still be mandatory. Okay. See, even if I change it to software, it is still mandatory because the state is still work in progress. Now, if I change state also, then it will become non-mandatory. See, because either one of the conditions should be satisfied. But here, both are not satisfied. That's why it became non-mandatory. So this is about conditions. Okay. And then it should work on load as well. So on load as well means when you load this form, right? So that means like when you have currently saved this record, say for example, I save this record. Work in progress. Okay. Okay. So when you open this new record, open this record also, like opening the record means it's just loading the record, right? So on load also, if it should work, then you have to select this. So it just means apply the UI policy action when the form is loaded and when the user changes values on form. So if you don't select on load, it will only when you change it here, it will show mandatory. Okay, when you load it, it will not show it as mandatory. So if you want to try that, we can try that also. So currently it is mandatory, right? I'll just unselect this, save. Okay, see, this condition is satisfied, right? Like state is work in progress. That means it should be mandatory, but now it is not mandatory because I just loaded this form. So on load is not working, but on change will work. Now, if I change this value to something else and again come back to work in progress, then it will be mandatory. Okay, I'll show you. See, now I'll come back to work in progress. See, assignment group is now mandatory. But again, if I load it, it won't be mandatory. Even though it satisfies the condition, it won't be mandatory because I just loaded the form. That is why you should always select that onload also. When you create a new UI policy, by default, onload will be checked. Okay, all these three fields will be checked by default. See, UI policy, when to apply. These three are checked by default. So you should leave it as it is. If you want to inherit, I mean, if you want this UI policy to be applicable to the child tables also, then you can manually select this one. So so far, do you have any questions? Okay. So now when this condition satisfies, what actions should take place? That comes under UI policy actions. So we already have one action, that is field name assignment group is mandatory true. Whereas visible is leave alone and read only is also leave alone. Leave alone means just leave it as it is. Okay, if it is mandatory, let it be mandatory. If it is non-mandatory, let it be non-mandatory. Similarly, if it is visible, let it be visible. If it is not, let it be like that. And read only also. Okay, leave alone means just leaving it as it is. You're not making, like this UI policy is not making any changes to the visibility or read only options. So suppose I make it visibility as false. Okay, I'll make visibility as false and mandatory also as false. Okay, so this is done. I'll just save this. So now, as per my condition, your policy, so if one of these conditions is satisfied, then this assignment group should not be visible. right? It should not be visible, and mandatory also should not be mandatory. So I'll just go to my incident. So currently it satisfies my condition, right? That state is work in progress. So it satisfies one of these conditions. So if I just refresh this, the UI policy will be applicable and the assignment group field should not be visible. Let us try that. Okay, see, you don't see the assignment group anymore. But if I change the state, you will see the assignment group. Now I'll change from work in progress to on hold. See, you can now see the assignment group, and also it is mandatory too, because we have selected reverse if false, right? If these conditions do not match, then this UI policy action is reversed. Then false becomes true, and here also false becomes true. So far, do you have any questions?
No, Kavya.
Okay.
Actually, Kavya, you can give us some assignment when we work on it. Maybe we will get some questions.
Yeah, sure. So you have incident, this is the incident record, right? So you can work on assignment group only. You can make assignment group as like just now, whatever I did, you can use the same thing. So when assignment group is mandatory, sorry, when the state is work in progress, only then the assignment group should be mandatory. Okay, and also when state is new, then assignment group should not be visible. Okay, when it is not, when it is work in progress or something else, assignment group should be visible. But whereas for new, it should not be visible, and also for work in progress, it should be mandatory. Okay, so this will
Kavya,
be, yeah.
Can you write it on chat?
Yeah, sure. I'll type it in the chat.
Yeah.
One more thing, Kavya, we get the recordings very late, and maybe if that recordings, if we get at least tomorrow morning itself, it would be of help.
Okay, late in the sense like you get it from Tarun late or?
Yeah, even from Tarun, because last time he sent me the recordings that were not actually the recordings, and today only he actually sent me the actual recordings. He sent it to my husband, so I got it. I saw that the recordings today.
Oh, okay. Let me type this assignment and then check the recordings. Okay. Status. Progress, then assignment group. So you can work on this. Tomorrow again, we will continue with the UI policies and also we'll go through the data policies. Okay, the difference between UI policy and data policy. And regarding the recordings, I'm just checking. Give me a minute. So Preeta, you can drop down. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Kavya.
Okay. So Josephine, from which day you don't have the recording?
I actually got first I think 2 recordings. After that, everything was only 20 seconds, 40 seconds like that. And today only I got the actual recordings.
So today you have received, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for which day do you need now, or you have all the files?
I think today I saw actually the tables one. So after that, what did I join or I need to check? So
Okay.
if you are having all the recordings, can you just share with me if you are having?
So even I don't have, like, I also have to check from the cloud only. So you see
Okay.
this, I mean, it is recording, right? Like currently I am logged in as Intuites trainer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it records there only.
Okay.
So I'll stop recording this.